So, Mike, you had a great topic to talk about, and I want to kind of let you kind of espouse on this. I know you had a football coach, high school football coach at Muhammad Seymour, who was had a great impact on your life, and I know you want to talk about that.
Yeah, we had Coach Frank Dutton, who was the first and only coach at Muhammad to win a state title in 1977 with his football team. He passed away at the age of 79 earlier this week. And, reflecting with myself and some of my buddies, we talked about how the things that he taught us in the football program about hard work, teamwork, commitment, and how that we use that more now than anything we probably learned in college. And he would, every game before you went out, it was always the same speech at the very end. And I can't do it on the radio because it'd be too loud, but he would just say, always think in terms of winning. And then he'd ratchet it up louder, always think in terms of winning. And then it would be almost nearly a shout, always think in terms of winning. And and then, and this guy sounded, he was built and sounded like John Madden. And he would say, never, ever, ever, ever give up. And as you get into life, and there were other things that he taught us, like none of us drank because you didn't want to get kicked off the team. And he had kicked off all state players for breaking the rules. So we obeyed the rules because that's the consequences were too high. But the things that he taught us, like never giving up and always being positive, you find yourself in situations in life 40 years after the last time he coached me and my friends, we approach things that same way we learned. And you as a coach who's won state titles and you've developed players, how do you look at do you ever think about the fact that 30 years from now some of these kids are going to look back, not kids, adults are going to look back on the things that you taught them and think how valuable it was?
Yeah, I will say this. One of the coolest messages that you get is like I'll get a Facebook message or a text message from a former player, and they'll say, Coach, I just want you to know that you taught me this. And it wasn't that you taught me how to throw a curveball. It wasn't that you taught me how to throw a changeup or how to pitch or hit or anything or how to shoot a basketball. It was about like how to persevere or how to battle through a tough time or how to be a part of a team or something like that, or how to be a great teammate, something like that. It's fantastic. I said, I had one guy, one of my, there's a couple of them, but one of them told me that he said, I never knew what competitive actually was until you taught me. Said I never knew how to just really lay it all out there and give. I gave a different level of an effort than than I ever thought was possible. So I think that's for me that's like the ultimate kind of accolade. I mean, what coach awards come, but that's what it's all about.
Yeah, and I felt very fortunate because I went back up to Muhammad this fall, and there was a Hall of Fame ceremony going on. Coach has already been in the Hall of Fame, but I did thank him for what he did, and I do, right here on the air, I'd say that there's a boatload of alums from that high school at Muhammad, both football players and people that he taught that are very thankful they had him as coach. And Coach Dutton, we'll meet you again someday.